What's up, everybody? It's your girl Rosie Wisdom, and I'm back with another one. And this one is a piggyback off the last one, but it's a different title. And video is based off how Jesus showed me he is a judge in a courtroom. Now, short story. When I was homeless, before I got homeless, I had about $800 in traffic and tickets. Okay. And I paid off 200 of it before I ended up homeless. But that 600, I neglected to pay that. Wasn't paying it. And was on a payment plan, but I was not paying it. I was taking care of other important things rather than those tickets. So while we're living in a hotel, I get one of those pre-warrant papers down here in Texas. And a pre-warrant letter is not saying, it's saying, hey, we need you to come to court to either deal with your situation, with your matter in this way, or this way, and you won't be arrested. So although it's called pre-warrant, it's just for you to either go to court and talk to the judge or get on a payment plan or discuss what's going on. So I got one of those letters, and kid you not, I chose to see the judge because I'm not going to get on a payment plan. I was just on a payment plan. I'm financially not in the right financial position to be paying off the ticket. So I wait for the judge, 1:30. And kid you not, color really don't matter, but I'm going to mention it. It was a black judge. And I can't remember his name. But this man, when I came up there, he asked me what's going on, how come you can't pay or haven't paid your ticket off. And I said, well, right now I'm homeless, and I can't think of the term that is called, but it's a term for when you're financially unable to pay. I can't think of the term. Somebody, if you know what the term is, you could let me know down in the comments. But it was that. It's a term for it. And what the judge said was, you know what? He heard me out. I let him know everything I got going on. He was like, do you budget? And I was like, no, I budget off the top of my head. He was like, do you ever write it down? I was like, no, I don't write it down. He was like, well, usually he was speaking on his experience. He was like, well, from my experience, I know usually if I write something down, I can see it better, and I'll know how to do things different. And he was like, I'm finna offer you something that I would have never done for anybody else. He's like, I'm finna do something that's out of my jurisdiction. And I was like, oh, and the bailiff that was right there, he was looking like, So what this judge said, he's like, I want you for the next 3 months to budget. And the next time you come to court, show me how you budgeted. And he said, when I do that, he'll clear everything, and my balance will be $0. So basically, I had to budget for show records of my budgeting for 3 months, and he'll wipe my slates clean. I kid you not. When I went back to court 3 months later, I had my folder, which I still have, and I had all my documents, all my bills, all my receipts, everything to perfection. And the judge was amazed at that. Actually, this was a different judge. I didn't even get him again. I was hoping to, but I didn't get him again. It was a lady, and she was appalled at how organized my things was. And the bigger picture in this is, not only did Christ show me he was a judge, he also showed me another portion that goes along with being responsible. And knowing what money coming in and where it's going out and seeing it does do something to the brain. And it does do something for my actions. You know, I learned unnecessary spending, and I would have just been dealing with things or spending without even knowing why, is I'm still feel like I'm shorthanded, you know. But no, I was never shorthanded. I just had to budget and spend my money wisely. Managing. That's what he taught me. Management. How to manage. So, there you have it. This was a experience where Christ showed me he can be a judge in a courtroom. And I knew that was Christ, because usually when Christ is using someone of that stature or in that type of environment, they say they never done something before. Just like when I bought my car from the dude, and I didn't have a way to him, and I asked him my truck from the gentleman on Craigslist, and I didn't have a way to him. Told him how I could get to him, but he was like, I'm gonna do something I never done before. I have many of those experiences, and I just know it was Christ. So there you have it. The last video, I mentioned how Jesus was a dentist and a healer. This video, I'm mentioning how he showed me he could be a judge in a courtroom. And there's many more to come. And this one, y'all can leave a like, comment, share, heck, even subscribe, because this is only the beginning. Thank you.